Heel versus face Drew McIntyre. And welcome to my new video, and I hope you're having a good time. And again, this is Mikeratto. And yeah, we're going to talk about his run in the WWE. We won't tackle his quote unquote first run in the main roster, because he had a short time on that, and we won't also talk about FCW. Instead, we will start on his chosen one gimmick up to his rise as the WWE champion. In his initial debut on SmackDown, while he attacked babyfaces such as R-Truth and etc. At that time, he is still finding a proper feud, and R-Truth was his first feud, I think, at that time. And yeah, he was given nicknames such as the Uncrowned World Champion and the Chosen One, or the Chosen One by Vince McMahon, per the announcers during that time. There was a lot of hype in his characters, and he can actually deliver promos as well. And to think, in his first run, he defeated John Morrison to be the Intercontinental Champion after their Survivor Series tag team match. McIntyre got this success, which he became the Intercontinental Champion, and he has a lot of feuds during his title reign. He finished his feud with John Morrison, and also he defeated Kane. And he started a feud with Matt Hardy, which later, he was also inserted in a on-screen rivalry with Teddy Long, because Teddy Long stripped him of the title, which there was a tournament later on, and after the tournament, he regained the title, due to Vince McMahon's influence. But yeah, he dropped the title to Kofi on a pay-per-view. So yeah. After that, he still has his so-called unquote help from Vince McMahon during this time, until Vince McMahon was taken out by the Nexus during their attack. And after that, Drew McIntyre lose the rivalry to Kofi Kingston, and he is still feuding with Matt Hardy. And then, he was taken off television during that time, but later returned to form a team with Cody Rhodes, and they won the tag team championships later on in 2010. Which, during this title reign, some actually forget the reign, because of the partnership not being that long. And when they lose the titles, they ended their partnership anyways. So after that, Drew McIntyre, fast forward in 2011, he didn't do much for this time. Yeah. And then later on, he was treated as a enhancement talent, or for other terms, a jobber, which he take L's from the other superstars. So yeah, which he was put in a comedic heel type of group, the 3MB. 2 out of 3 are former or current world champions. Jinder Mahal, former WWE champion, Heath Slater, and Drew McIntyre, 2-time WWE champion. Which, in this group, they still are a jobber type of group, but they are comedic anyways. And then after that, he returned into the independent circuit, performing in a lot of companies and reestablishing himself. Though a lot of success actually happened during this time. He won championships after championships in different promotions. So he found this success yet again. And then WWE decided to hire him back later on, which he was actually back with the company in 2017, and he returned in the NXT brand, and then he defeated Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship, which he gained most popularity yet again, establishing himself in NXT brand, while some of the former superstars are going to NXT, and they are actually dominating the brand or just re-establishing themselves into this more charismatic character or a more serious character, or something like refreshing their characters or producing a new character for the fans to see. When they see Drew McIntyre's success in NXT, they have a lot of plans for him, because he's actually good at what he does in NXT. And then, because of this, he dropped the title to Andrade, and then later on he was drafted to Raw, teaming with Dolph Ziggler, now as a heel. So his run in NXT, he was a babyface during the time. And his first run, his second run on the main roster during his in total first run in the WWE, he was entire heel during that time. So if anyone is asking me his roles, there it is. So during this time, he was a heel with Dolph Ziggler, while they were actually dominating their division, and they actually won the tag titles. They won the tag titles, and then when they lose the tag titles, they have a short rivalry between each other, and they were also joined by Braun Strowman, who actually turned heel in 2018 because he was actually fighting Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, and they have this group. And then afterwards, when the trio broke up, the two are actually tag teaming still with each other, and then they have their breakup yet again. McIntyre was joined later by Bobby Lashley and King Corbin to still have the feud with the Shield, and then he feuded with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and then later on, he was involved in Shane McMahon's rivalry with Roman Reigns, so on and so forth. After being associated with Shane McMahon, he was actually feuding with anyone on the roster. He was attacking Cedric Alexander, and then after that, he was involved in the 5-on-5 tag team something in the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, Team Hogan versus Team Flair. And then he was still fighting, and then later on he was somehow involved in the feud of AJ Styles and Randy Orton. And then they started a tease for his face turn during also the start of 2020. And then he became one of the biggest stars in the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view in 2020 is one of the most unpredictable event, with a lot of people betting on anyone who will actually win the Rumble itself. No one actually predicted Edge's return, MVP's return, and even some actually predicted Drew McIntyre will win, but some are actually shocked by this win. But regardless, he was over with the crowd. After that, he had segments with MVP and a lot of stars during his road to WrestleMania. And then he actually defeated Brock Lesnar with a quick match, a squash match, thus building him more, because he destroyed Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36. And then after that, he is now the WWE Champion as a babyface. He was a babyface in the Raw, or I think the Royal Rumble pay-per-view itself, but regardless, now he is a babyface. So after that, well, he had this feud with Dolph Ziggler, which Dolph Ziggler's, well, taking credit of his second run in the WWE because of their tag team partnership. And then after that, well, he had this one-off feud with Lashley. And then after that, well, he has this feud with Randy Orton. And also, well, he is actually destroying Andrade's group on Monday Night Raw. And then after his feud with Randy, well, for now, before that, actually, he had this build off with Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. And then now, well, he has this feud with AJ Styles, and he was actually tag teaming with Sheamus, which, yeah, we're not sure if that's a official face turn for Sheamus or it's just a manipulation, because a lot of fans speculated that Sheamus will just betray McIntyre and have a championship shot on his own. So yeah, here's my video about heel versus face Drew McIntyre. And which McIntyre do I prefer? Well, the one who actually returned in 2017 up to forward, compared to his chosen one gimmick, regardless of his role here. While he is more better, and yeah, he connects more with the audience during this time than his first run. And he was not treated as a joke during this time also. Even if he lose, well, he was still booked incredibly strong on his behalf, unlike his first run, which he lose to Santino Marella in a blindfold match, and losing to a lot of superstars in almost every week or something like that in SmackDown or Raw. So yeah, this is my video, and I hope you all like it. Like this video, comment down below, share, subscribe. And again, this is Mikeratto, and peace.